You're recording up in Sydney at the moment, aren't you?
Byron Bay, to be precise. But
All
yes,
right.
we are.
How's that going? Is it nearly finished?
Yeah, I think we're on our final day. We go home tomorrow, and we're just trying to get a couple of singles together for the new album, and it's sounding great. New producer, all that sort of jazz.
Can we expect to see the new album before the end of the year?
Not before the end of the year. It's coming out in February. Maybe a new single by the end of the year. We're not sure.
Well, you released She Prefers Older Men will be on the new album, won't it?
No, we just kind of put that out because we wanted to go on tour.
All right.
It wasn't like an official release. It was just sort of something for the fans to keep them happy, I think, in the meantime.
I Can Make You Love Me seems to be quite a departure from what you've been doing.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. It's certainly a bit darker. I think the sort of British India energy is still present within that, but lyrically perhaps it's a bit more serious.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song and it's a great film clip too.
Oh, thank you very much.
Whose idea was the film clip?
We got a lot of pictures on this clip, and we just decided to go with this weird idea of the Minotaur guy, and it was directed by Darcy Prendergast, who's done big clips for people like Gautier and all that sort of stuff. And we just took a punt on it, and I think it worked out well.
And can I ask what lake you were on where you filmed that?
We weren't there, but I can't remember where it was. It's in Victoria, though.
Yeah.
It's near Bacchus Marsh.
All right. Yeah, because I saw Festival Hall made it into the film clip.
Yeah.
It was filmed around Melbourne, so...
Unfortunately, the only thing that we were present on is the bar scene when we're drinking with the Minotaur.
All right, but Declan was there for the whole thing.
No, do you mean the Minotaur itself?
All right, he wasn't he?
No, for some people, a lot of people seem to think that, even though the Minotaur was about 6 foot and Declan's about 5 foot without change, you know.
All right. Well, I guess it's hard to tell in a video. People always look bigger on TV, don't they?
Yeah, but it's probably a good thing he wasn't, because I think doing the makeup was a bit torturous.
Yeah, it would have taken quite a while. You guys have been together since around 2004.
That sounds about right.
And you met at school, and
yep.
Have you had much time for work outside of the music industry?
Not really. Like, we've only had little jobs that we took, like, so we could keep doing the band, you know. We're all delivering stuff or working in fruit shops and factories and all that sort of stuff. But luckily we've been able to just be doing this for a while now, so count ourselves lucky, I suppose.
And you're the guitarist in the band?
I am, yeah.
And, well, you've been together, 8 years now, and it's still the same lineup you started with?
Yeah, couldn't really picture doing this with anyone else at this point, I think.
So you're a big family?
Yeah, with all the cliches that come along with family, I suppose, as well.
Well, I did read somewhere that you don't spend a lot of time touring around in vans, that you do a lot of flying, so that probably helps.
Yeah.
You don't
Generally we'll fly to a central place and then drive from there, but we've done our dash with long drives to Sydney and Brisbane and all that sort of stuff, and it's fun when you're 20. But yeah, I think it's not the best way of going about it forever.
I read also that you all have a hand in writing lyrics for the band. It's not just Declan.
It's mainly Declan. We write a lot of the music together. There's no real boss in charge of that. But yeah, it is a sort of a free process that anyone can sort of weigh in when there's a hole in the song developing, and it can be lyrical,
right.
Definitely. But Dec's mainly the lyric man.
So Declan wrote I Can Make You Love Me?
Yep, he did.
Was he in a sad place at the time, or was it just inspired by something he saw or read?
Oh, that's hard to say, because he's not one to talk about those sort of things if he's feeling it or if he's not. So I don't know. His life seems pretty balanced, but you never know what's going on inside that head, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, when you recorded in Sing Sing, it says you were opposite Matchbox 20 singer Rob Thomas.
Yeah, that's right.
Was he in the studio opposite you?
Yeah, in Sing Sing there's about 3 or 4 working studios at any one time. Yeah, he held the door open for me. That was my brush with fame.
Well, then who do you think is the most famous person that you've ever actually like sat down and talked to?
There's been a few, like when you do your festivals like Big Day Out, there is, very communal areas where you can find yourself sort of having lunch with Dizzy Rascal just by chance or something like that. But I don't know. It would have had to have been someone off like the Big Day Out, like Rage Against the Machine or something like that, getting to hang out with those people.
Yeah. And this year you're not doing the Big Day Out, are you?
No, I think our single came out a little bit too late. So they sort of decide that stuff in advance.
Right, but you are doing the Queenscliff Music Festival on the 25th of November.
Yep.
Have you done that before?
No, I think this is going to be our first time. I've been looking forward to that one.
You've got some shows coming up also. Well, you're touring at the moment, but in Melbourne you've got on the 18th of October at Ferntree Gully and the 19th at the Corner Hotel in Richmond. And then the 20th in Frankston, so you're touring around Melbourne in one weekend.
Yeah, that's sort of what we normally do, try and knock them all over in one go.
You guys are from Melbourne?
Yes.
And you still live there?
Yeah, we're all scattered around the northern suburbs now.
Can you imagine living outside of Melbourne?
I suppose if it would have to be all of us, I think we'd all have to go and be in the same place so we can keep working together, but I can't really see that unless it's a very distinct opportunity comes our way. But yeah, I think we're Melbourne boys for life now.
Well, you've toured the UK, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been over there a few times, into the States a little bit.
So have you been to Europe at all other than the UK?
Not really. We're planning a trip to Europe next year after we release the album here. We're going to tour here, and then I think we're going to go to Europe, and we've got a big support that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So
come on.
There's some news to wait for with bated breath.
Well, what could I do to make you just give me a hint?
Convince my label that it's not a big deal to talk about it. But
what is the story with the label? Because it says on your bio that you're fiercely independent, but you have signed to Liberation.
Yeah, the label that we were on, when it went bankrupt, we were sort of forced to look at who was going to release the next album, and we wanted to try something different this time anyway, and Liberation are still an independent label, and I don't know, it seemed like a good fit, and it's working out pretty well so far.
So you've got a lot of freedom within that deal?
Yeah, our manager's a great negotiator, so we're able to hold on to a lot of control.
And what would you say so far has been your most memorable experience with the band?
I don't know. I certainly hope that's still yet to come.
All right. Well, if you could share a stage with anyone, who would you like to share a stage with?
Geez, share a stage. That's a tough one. Maybe Pink Floyd, if they were all together.
Yep, that's okay. You can dream. They don't have to be all together.
That'd be the ideal situation.
So obviously they're a big influence on your style of guitar.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. He's one of my favourites.
And your website is britishindia.com.au.
Yes.
And on Facebook, you're British India Official.
That's right.
And if you go to britishindia.com.au, you've got links to your Tumblr, Twitter and your Facebook there.
Yep.
Who does your Twitter and your Facebook?
Jack looks after all the Twitter stuff. I think he thoroughly enjoys all that sort of stuff, and I think it's a group effort on the keeping the Facebook alive and rolling.
And what can people expect when they come and see your live show?
For it to be way more exciting than it is on record.
Right.
I think a lot of the energy that gets lost in translation is still there when you see us live. We're loud, very loud.
So what was it like working with Harry Vanda?
It was great. Every day was a new experience, an exciting challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know, I would describe it best as working for Willy Wonka, I imagine. He was an eccentric dude, but extremely talented.
Do you think it helped you to maybe open up to being more fun and creative with what you do, or?
With Harry's, yeah, definitely, like, because we were, that was our first two albums and we were so young. It was good to work with someone really experienced as Harry, and I think he was experienced with working with really young bands. I think AC/DC were like 18 when they started doing stuff together, so I think he knows how the best way to get the best out of new acts. So it was a good learning experience for sure.
What can we expect from the next single? Is it going to be along the lines of "I Can Make You Love Me," or are you going back to your punk roots?
Yeah, I think our punk roots are never going to truly be gone.
Yeah.
I think even when we do like ballads, there's still some sort of angst behind them. And this one, I think, is more rock and roll than "I Can Make You Love Me," but it still has that sort of roaring power thing going on.
You're starting to mature a bit and explore different avenues of music.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it should be the natural way, because if you don't, it becomes stagnant, I suppose.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And you've done really well for yourselves too.
Thank you very much.
Well, you did it.
Well, I appreciate you noticing.
Thank you for talking to me.
No worries.
And I look forward to seeing one of your shows, which is you're in Melbourne on the 18th, 19th and 20th of October.
Yep.
And then the Queenscliff Music Festival on the 25th of November.
That's absolutely right.
And I look forward to hearing your new album and seeing your new film clip.
We look forward to showing all these things to you.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. See you later.
Bye.